A typical child wants nothing more than to play with their friends, not do their homework and have a good time. All very typical and innocent behaviour you would expect from any healthy child. However, there are a rare few children who crave blood and torture rather than toys. Here are 5 of the worst brutal killer children of all time. Number 5. Mary Bell, aged 11. Many children who turn out to be killer kids tend to have disturbing childhoods. This was the case of a girl called Mary Bell who suffered a lot from a very young age. Little was known about her father, but he was a criminal, and her mother, Betty, was a prostitute who had forced her to engage in sexual acts with men, particularly her clients, at the age of 4. When Mary grew up, her mental condition was already presumed to be quite disturbed. At only 11 years old, she committed her first murder. Her victim, 4-year-old Brian Howie, was found dead and covered with purple weeds and grass. His hair cut away, puncture marks were found on his thighs, and his genitals were partly skinned. He died from being strangled. Her next kill was when she and her friend Norma murdered another 3-year-old boy by strangling him too. She was arrested and released after 23 years. Not much is known about her now since she fought and won the case for her to remain anonymous. Number 4. Kipland Kinkle, age 15. Kinkle's first offence was at the age of 15 when he was kicked out of school for bringing a gun to class. After being expelled, he returned to school, only this time he brought an assault rifle and opened fire in the cafeteria. 2 students were killed in the attack, whereas 8 others were injured. A stampede also occurred which injured a number of other students as well. When the police caught him, he tried to attack them with a hidden knife and claimed that he wanted to die himself as well. No harm was done to any officer. However, when his house was raided, the officials found both his parents dead and his house booby-trapped with explosives. His own mother's body was found to have been rigged to one of the bombs in the house. Number 3. Eric Smith, aged 13. Eric Smith was bullied because of his thick glasses, freckles, long red hair and protruding elongated ears. These were believed to be the side effects of a medicine his mother had taken for her epilepsy when she was pregnant. When Eric was only 13 years old, he brutally murdered a 4-year-old boy. He lured his victim into the wooden section of a park and then strangled him, sexually assaulted him and dropped a rock on his head. He was diagnosed with intermittent explosive disorder. As of today, he's been imprisoned for 21 years and has been denied parole numerous times. Even his parents think it's best that he stays behind bars. Number 2. Alyssa Bustamante, age 15. Alyssa Bustamante murdered a 9-year-old child named Elizabeth Alton in 2009 in a very brutal manner. She was 15 at the time and portrayed herself in a gothic style. She played dangerous pranks on her siblings and often expressed her interest in killing her 2 younger brothers. She killed Elizabeth by beating her, strangling her and then slitting her throat. She cold-heartedly stated that she killed the girl because she wanted to know what the feeling of killing would be like. Number 1. John Venables and Robert Thompson, both aged 10. These 2 boys skipped school when they were 10 years old and decided to kidnap a 2-year-old boy from the shopping mall. The 2-year-old was named as James Bulger, who was tortured and killed in such a brutal way it's difficult to believe 2 10-year-olds were responsible for such a crime. After they kidnapped James, they took him on a 2-mile walk where they had punched, kicked, picked him up and dropped him on his head. Some of the acts were seen by passerbys who ignored them, thinking they were just 2 older brothers who didn't know how to take care of their younger brother. John and Robert brought James onto the local railway where they flung paint into his left eye, threw stones at him, beat him with bricks and hit him with an iron bar. They also sexually assaulted him and laid his body on the railroad track, covering his bleeding head with bricks when they thought he was dead. It was reported that James died some time before the train hit him. The 2 only served 8 years for their crimes and were released under new identities when they turned 18. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome daily lists of all things 5. This is All 5, and until next time, feed your mind.